Alright, today we're going to be looking at this tackle box provided by Lakewood products. This is called their Vault. It comes in 3 different sizes. They're all 14 by 9. Then as far as the height goes, you either get 3, 4, or 6 inch heights. So every one of the cases is the same price. They're about $125 depending on where you get them. This is how they come. They're a hard case. They're a soft-sided hard case. So what makes them a hard case is each of these panels has a piece of ABS plastic inside, and then they sew this padded nylon underneath it, encapsulating the ABS plastic, and that creates your soft-sided hard case. My first impressions on this when I took it out of the box was it was heavier than I anticipated. It is heavy. It feels well made. It feels like it's built to last. This is something that they add on this Vault model, is this mesh bottom. So the point of this is to allow your lures to dry out without having this completely sealed. So air can flow through here, dry out your lures, so you're not going to rust your hooks, you're not going to rust any of your lures or whatever baits you're carrying, your jig heads, inside of the Vault. So like I was saying earlier, this feels really high quality. I was impressed by how heavy it was. Opening it from the box on the inside, this is what you get. This is how it came from the box when I opened it. And I should say, when this was shipped to me, when I got it and opened it up, it was completely assembled, ready to go. There's nothing I needed to do. It came exactly like you see here. So that was nice. It is 100% made in the USA. I believe their factory is in Wisconsin. Or no, sorry, not Wisconsin. Yeah, I think it is Wisconsin. Let me double check on that, but you get a 2024 catalog, also very neat. Yes, it is in fact Wisconsin. So their factories in Wisconsin. I know they make hunting stuff, fishing stuff, and other storage solutions and stuff like that. So this is what you get. This is the inside of your tackle box. Like I said, it was already assembled, and I'll give you a peek at what it looks like when these hold your fishing hook. So you can see it's kind of like a J slot there, and the purpose of that J slot is to kind of lock in your treble hook or your sidewash hook, whatever you have, and your jig head, and keep that from shifting. So if it was just a straight slot, it can go up and down freely, or wherever it wanted to go as the tackle box got thrown around your boat or thrown around your car. With this, it kind of locks it in, and you actually have to go back and up at an angle to get it out. So that'll help with keeping your lures from falling out, keeping your lures from shifting when you're driving or in transit or what have you. You can see that there's dividers going both up and down and side to side. You get 3 rows by 3 rows. You can customize this. You can put the dividers closer if you like, depending on if you're running spoons or smaller lures or jig heads, or you can keep them spread out like how they came. You could take dividers completely out, and depending on how big your lures are, and have a big open box like that. And this is the large size. So this is the 6-inch side. So for example, we'll go ahead and throw some lures in here just so you guys get an idea of what fits in there, what's gonna fit in here. This is a Yakima mag lip. This is a 3.5, so it's gonna be your 3.5-inch model. The way they advertise these, or to store, is you hang from the rear treble hook, and then that's where they get the dimension for how it's gonna fit. So looking in there, that's not even close to the bottom. I could probably get a 4.5 mag lip in here, and I wouldn't have an issue with that. So you'd probably have to switch out your paneling, get a bigger space for the 4.5, but there is plenty of room for a mag lip 4.5. For all you bass guys out there, it's a Berkley Chopo 90. We'll open this up and throw that in there, see how that fits. Lakewood, I mean, they describe it as a multi-species tackle box, and I don't see why it wouldn't be with how it's constructed and the options you have. So here's your Chopo 90, a little bit longer it looks like than your Yakima Maglib 3.5. Drop that guy in. Again, you got plenty of space to extend to the bottom of that. Probably have another 3/4 of an inch on that lure before the bottom of the tackle box. Last thing we'll do here is we'll do a trolling spoon. These are made by Naughty, the 3.5-inch trolling spoon. And this one is the Siwash hook I was talking about. So this is going to be your longest offering. It's got your ring, it's got a barrel swivel to the Siwash hook. As you can see, the longest one that we're trying to display today. Drop that guy in. So something to keep in mind, I just noticed now, is the size of the Siwash hook, the thickness of your hook, or the diameter, however you're going to look at it. That's going to play into effect, because if it's too thick, it's not going to sit in that J slot like we were talking about earlier. So this Siwash hook does not. But as far as the length goes, we shouldn't have a problem with this going to the bottom. So that's in. And just the split ring, where you're going to tie your line, is starting to touch the bottom of the tackle box, the plastic bottom there. So that's about your limit there if you have these spoons or something comparable to this with a similar setup. For me, I'm going to end up taking a Siwash hook off, and I'm going to throw a treble hook on the back of this, because I don't need a hook this thick, and I prefer treble hooks anyways. Alright, so depending on how you have this orientated with all the panels in here, you can store up to 108 lures inside this tackle box. It's the same for the small and the medium, and this one is the large. Like I said, the only difference is the depth and how long your lures are. I would recommend getting the long one just in case you have a longer lure, because that way you don't have to worry about it. So plan accordingly with the kind of fish that you're planning on going after, the kind of lures you have, and get the respective size that you need. The reason I got this is because I run primarily 3600 Plano boxes, and the Plano boxes are nice, they're a great storage solution, but when you get more than 2 or 3 lures in each of your dividers in the Plano box, then you start getting hooked on everything, hooking on the hooks, the split rings, the line ties. So it can be a pain in the butt when you're going to pull whatever lure you want out that you're going to switch to. Not that it adds a ton of time, but this just seems more convenient. You can just reach down, grab your hook, come out, and then you want, just set it back in, drop it in, you don't have to worry about it. So this seems really convenient. I think I should be able to get rid of probably at least 3 or 4 of my Plano boxes. We'll see how much I can end up getting fit in here. But with the lures in here, we'll go ahead and zip this and see if any of those lures are going to come dislodged or come out of those J slots. So let's flip it back and forth, go upside down. Go and open it back up. So the Yakima mag lip stayed in place. Looks like my Chapo came out of the J hook and fell to the bottom. So something to think about. I mean, if you plan on your tackle box getting thrown upside down or shaken, you're gonna run into problems like that. If you can see, probably won't be able to. The size of the treble hook on the Chapo is a smaller diameter than on the Yakima, so probably has a little bit more to grab onto with the Yakima. Again, the Yakima lays west than the Chapo does, so this is going to have more momentum when it's getting shaken around. But all things to consider. Alright, so wrapping up, this is the Lakewood products. This is their Vault. It's their soft-sided hard case. I'll put a link in the description for this. It's an Amazon link. If it's something you're interested in, go ahead and buy that. That'll help out the channel. And let me know what you think. If you have any other questions or any other Lakewood products that you guys have that you like that helps with your tackle storage, makes it easier to keep your tackle organized, and makes the time on the water a lot easier. Thanks for tuning in.